GA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Tennessee Titans. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Get the flag. Here we go again.
They'll run on first down. Justice. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 31, check 31, 81.
That is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll try the left side. Justice. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready. 60 yards. 59. Hot something, hot something. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Order.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. Check.
On 1st and 10, Parks gets it to Strong.
It's just me and you.
Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Mike's 59.
Check back.
From the gun on 3rd down, Parks looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gregory. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Cunningham. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They run with Cunningham. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12.
Here we go. Set. And read. Zoom.
59's mark, 59's mark. Check, 59.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Check, 50.
Looking to throw. Parks.
Here we go.
This is caught. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. He's had great protection back there to throw. Really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means the trainer doesn't have to deal with him because he's not getting hit. Also means that he's able to find targets downfield at his leisure. That allows him to be really accurate.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
Go. Ringo. Shit.
They'll try and run for it. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the 1st down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Trash. Let's go.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Push him back.
Hayward.
Mike 55.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Ready. 50 seconds to Mike.
Tighten up. Pull together. 57 to Mike.
Watch the blood.
From the gun on 3rd down, Peyton. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You're not ready.
Throwing on 1st down. Peyton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Look at the plan. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And now and it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On second down now, Hannah, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. On third down, it's Cunningham, and this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the blowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this one is right through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Ready. 157.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Motion.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down, Bears.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to throw. Peyton being chased out left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Chicago! A big first touchdown of the new season, and the Bears have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On first down, Hannah. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Watch the run.
On second down, Hannah, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Parks. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Myers. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run on first down. It's Cunningham, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check 52, right? Check 52's the mic. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, here I come. Here I come.
Operating from the gun, Parks. And that'll be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Parks. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up fourth.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
And his kick is good. So a late three there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A final shot before break. Peyton, a quick throw here out to Cobb. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
I got one. Under 10. 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Let's go. Get tighten up.
Looking to throw. Peyton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
Shift.
From the gun, Peyton. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Check 59. Mike is 15.
2nd and 14. High throw, but the catch is made.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On third down, Hannah, and he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got him.
Now a give, right side. Hannah, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Let's go, D.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hannah. Well, he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
On first down, Parks. Strong grabs it over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Now a give, right side. Hannah. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Parks. It's caught. He finds Myers. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4. Able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Looking to throw. Parks. Over the middle, complete. It's Gregory. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
It's now 3rd and goal.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun. Parks. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At that 18-yard line.
Hey, hold on. 57. Strip that ball. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I don't think you got it, son. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
From the gun, Peyton. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Looking to throw on second down. Peyton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down now, Hannah. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Delta. Get that ball. '59's Mark. Check. 59. Check 59.
Back to throw. Parks.
Here we go.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 30. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way. Under pressure, they got him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Parks. Throw left side complete. It's Williamson. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Beck. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Watch the out. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Bring it. Mike, 54.
To throw on second down. Parks. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
On first down, Payne. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That one looks like he'll throw here. And an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Watch the edge.
Check your hot read.
Check.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Tight ends go. Hey, 4 down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Justice. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
And the Bears first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check nickel.
Back to throw. Peyton, that's complete to Cobb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On first and 10. Peyton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Second and 6. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here.